All right, Stormgate Team Showdown, Jayxp versus Scan. There's Scan, there's Jayxp on Broken Crown. This is going to be game one, and Jayxp is going for the barracks first, as is Scan. And I think the dogs are just going to meet in the middle somewhere and, yeah, play that game. I need to find out what causes the cabbage to like turn. There's certain occasions when the cabbage will actually like change its orientation to like face whatever unit is closest to it, and I don't know what causes that. And I'm not sure if it's an Easter egg or if it's an unintended bug, but it's always kind of weird. Like, imagine if you were just walking past a plant and suddenly it just turned to face you, and then it didn't do anything after that. It's like, what? What did I just watch? But it's like a little bit creepy of like did I just see that? Did anyone else just see that? But I've definitely it's not the first time it's happened. So this Lancer for Jayxp is going to be able to successfully chase away Scan's dog-ish. In the same way that Scan's Lancer chased away Jayxp's dog. And they're just going to both be annoying to each other for a little while here. Not much really happening. The dog could do damage to the Bobs, but because they can do heal hugs to one another, it's not going to affect a whole lot. The Lance. Oh no, he is going to spot these slimes being taken though. But I think there's. Okay, yeah, he does manage to steal one. But he also gets splashed by that debuff, so I think it's a fight he doesn't want to take anymore. Scan doesn't, I mean. And the health camp is successfully taken. Wow, Frank. Words are hard. All right. Wait. Okay, just making sure that everything's fine here. And we see, okay, we are going to see the first mech bay going down, and we see a bunch of overcharged Bobs getting the natural started here for Jayxp. They're all overcharged, and there's 5 of them, so this command post is going to go down super fast. The build animation for this, by the way, is so cool. It's like 3D printing with metal, which is a real thing in real life. I just think it's really cool that they like made such an interesting animation for it. It's not. It has like same but different vibes from the Terran command center being built. But yeah, I don't know. Just looks cool. Cabbage is grabbed by the one and only Jayxp. Now these 3 Lancers are running from 2 Lancers. And more Lancers is better than less Lancers. But Hedgehog shows up to say, hey, I bet you didn't know that you're going to be guaranteed loss of a single Lancer. But it doesn't give chase. I wonder if that's because it can't fit through the light forestation there. Meanwhile, Scan's dog does take the health camp. And the dog runs past everything else. Yeah, now that Jayxp got the speed upgrade, or speed buff on his dog, he can definitely catch Scan's dog, but decides not to chase, probably just because it would take too long, and you don't know if there's reinforcements there. Hedgehog's going to take that camp. And we see the second mech bay finishing up here for Scan. Machine Lab is almost certainly for the range upgrade. Alright, Jayxp's mech bays are building Hedgehogs. I don't know. Do we still see the bio? No, we don't see more bio coming out. Yeah, Jayxp is just going to start taking the camps on his side of the map, and Scan's going to take the camps on his side of the map. Meanwhile, back at Scan's base, he is not expanded yet. He is getting the transonic rockets. There it is. Okay, so it's not just a flat +2 to range. It's +4 if it's if they're in their anti-air mode. Speaking of though, we do see speaking of upgrades, I think so the upgrade hasn't finished just yet, but I think he's feeling pretty froggy. At least he's feeling confident enough to go and engage this feeling confident enough to engage Jayxp's force. But Jayxp is doing a pretty good job of holding him off, and he's got Lancer frontline, which, you know, you don't think sounds like a good idea facing off against Hedgehogs, but every rocket that that Scan uses against the Lancers, it buys time for the backline Lancers of Jayxp to get in range and start firing off their own volley. Another Repairmatic here at the top of the ramp. Love to see it. Sentry Post is the best unit in the game. Changed my mind. And the way, man, I won't stop. I'll never like stop gushing about how cool the Sentry Post is. Not only because it makes Static D so much more interesting because of its versatility, but because like we finally solved the problem of making static defense cost supply. Like, it's only good. Like, yeah, you can have a Sentry Post, just a vanilla Sentry Post, not doing anything, and it'll do some damage, I guess. But if you really want it to shine, you have to put a unit inside of there, and units cost supply. So suddenly, it's not like you can have this forest of flat cannons that don't cost any supply at all. It's like, no, you have to put Exos in there, and then they're good. It's not just the, it's not just like, you know, an aggressive salt shaker is what the Sentry Post kind of sounds like when there's nothing inside of it. Alright, Scan's Natural is fully saturated. He doesn't have much built up around it, though. But somehow he's still in the supply lead. I think there could be... You know what? Another habitat right here. Yeah, Jayxp is supply blocked. He needs another hab anyway. He needs a hab, like, right there. Right there. Close enough. I was close. Working on his own health camp. You know, I'm interested to see how much, can we see how much experience they have? 35. How much experience does he get for a single slime? 11? He got 11 experience for killing that slime? Wow. I didn't think it was that low. It must be split among all the among all of them, which I don't know how to feel about. Like, if you're the whole Vanguard's whole gimmick is veterancy, so I would imagine it would make more sense to make it be like a shared experience kind of thing, not so much a split experience. Oh, micro the shield hedgehog back. No, it doesn't matter. There's just too many. There you go. Get them all healed up. Gets a couple of wisps of heal on him. But it does heal surprisingly fast. Actually, another one of my favorite tactics is people putting a Repairmatic on the high ground and then fighting from inside of a camp as well. So like, what is it, Boneyard, where there's the health camp on the cliff, and then if you can fight from the low ground as well as having a Repairmatic on the high ground, that's just kind of, it's a little bit safer, and it's like a little bit harder to get jumped on. So the hedgehogs are not only getting healed by the Repairmatic, but by the health camp as well. It's like, I don't know, it's just something that's really cool to watch and probably feels really good to play with as well. So Scan's got his third out before Jayxp does, which is interesting. Jayxp had his natural out for so much longer, and he's still not able to get ahead in supply. I wonder, are there just more production structures here for Scan? No. We do see another machine lab out there just getting finished up. But there's nothing getting researched out of it, which is interesting. Alright, Scrapyard finishes up. Are we going to see the Oreo upgrade immediately? I don't think so. We are seeing the armies chase each other around here. This is always This is always such a weird interaction, just because the Vulcans and Hedgehogs are weak to each other. Oh, man. What a slugfest. The battle of the mechs. Oh, but the evac micro is so good here from Scan. Like, he's forcing the retargets. Oh, get that. No, it's... Actually, you know what? I think it is worth it. Yeah, he was going to lose that. He was going to lose that Vulcan either way. I think it would have been good to get the health cabbage just to deny it. It does seem like a small thing, and it probably is, especially with this high of a unit count. But denying the cabbage, man, denying healing just means that like you get to. Ah, man, the supply disparity is starting to get a little scary for me. Barryless 95. Yeah, this is Scan from StarCraft. He also plays Stormgate. All right, now we're going to see Jayxp going up to tier 3 tech now. And this is a lot of Vulcans marching on by, but that was quite a hit to take. Oh no, he's going to be able to get it? No, not nearly. Yeah, the Hedgehog sieged up a little bit too late to be able to take out that evac, but if he could, and if there were 2 Vulcans still inside of that evac, that would have been a juicy pickoff. Alright, Jayxp over here. He's got 3... Okay, now he's got his 3 mech bays up and running, but he doesn't have the resourcing that Scan does now. And I think Scan... Maybe he already got the Oreo upgrade from his scrapyard. There's no way to see. I wish there was a way to see if he got that upgrade. Like, maybe that should be a tooltip on the command structures. There's just no way of telling right now. So we are going to see... a lot. That is a lot of Vulcans. And I think the evac saw him. And yeah, that looks like it's going to be a double Vulcan drop into the main. No way that goes to the natural, right? And... Oh, and he doesn't want to take that. You know what? I think that tipped off Jayxp. The moment he crossed into this health camp, Jayxp gets the notifications like, hey, your camp is being contested. So that means that the evac drop is kind of ruined. Or the Scan thinks it is anyway, but Jayxp's army is mostly Vulcans, which are like really slow. I don't know that they would be able to get back in time to defend. Does take out the Luminite camp for the bounty, but I don't think he gets the... Yeah, he never actually captured the camp. Alright, so Scan waited for the health camp to reset, so when he flies over it, it doesn't look like he's actually capturing anything. And it's still a big surprise. Scan getting over here into the worker line. Down go the 2 Vulcans, and he's going to start doing so much AoE damage here. The boys get evacuated. That's 1, 2, 3 Bobs that went down. Heal hugs, heal hugs. Heal hugs. No, but the evac picks up. Puts back down in the triangle third here, and the Bobs still not heal hugging each other. I think they know that like they'll never be able to get away, but running away is valuable just because the Vulcans are so slow. But you also need to like make sure that the next evac drop will like it won't be a bunch against a really injured Bobs. It's another habitat. It's not a oh yeah, there they go again. Oh, and stunned Vulcans can't get picked up. I like that. The Bob's evacuating before the drop even happens. It looks like oh wait, what is this? Oh, Sentinel. Okay. The Sentinel upgrade's coming online, or it just came online, I should say. Now, where's the actual Sentinel going to be built from? Where's the... There it is. So he's got a couple of Sentinels coming online, which will be nice. I think that I think because Vanguard doesn't have much in the way of melee units. Holy Atlases. Yo, dog, I heard you like AoE, so you made 6 Atlases to come forward and just nuke down your opponent. Scan's army is looking absolutely terrifying right now. Yeah, he's got it. Like, look at this box art. Yeah, I won't. I'll shut up. All right, now we can put Attack on Titan music over that, and it's gonna sound really epic. Just watching like all those mechs, the missile jeeps, the Hornets, the fighter jets flying over. Like that could be like a Helldivers RTS propaganda. Oh, so many Atlases all sieged up at the same time, and they're just gonna start nuking down these buildings. We see Hornets versus Hornets happening. Engaging into those Atlases is going to be a nightmare, though. Yeah, good luck. Atlases are squishy. They're not that squishy, though. One does actually fall, but they've just got such insane range on them. And there's the GG from Jayxp. Scan's going to go up 1-0. On to game number 2. Alright, guys. Here we are on Furious Resolve. Game 2 between Jayxp and Scan in the Stormgate team Showdown. And it looks like the cross spawned. I've always been... So Jayxp pointed this out to me. That on a multiplayer map like this, that what Brood War players anyway would typically do is that they'll typically scan, or not scan, they'll typically scout in the shape of the letter N, as in November for those of you that like the NATO phonetic alphabet, is they'll typically scan, like, so if you're here and you're trying to scout, you'll scout, what is it? Oh man, how did it go? Oh no, it's, I think you scout across first and then, I forget what the pattern was, but anyway, Jayxp said there's a pattern to it, and I believe him. No, I think you scout, like, yeah, you scout laterally. You don't scout in a circle. I remember it being like you scout laterally, then you scout to the other close base, and then to the far base. What the reasoning is behind that, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a pattern that emerges, and no one knows why they do it. But Scan is going to see the first Lancer from Jayxp coming out on the map, going towards his own health camp, which would be helpful. But I think that also is quite an opportunity for Scan to be really annoying. Go over and snipe another camp with the dog. Doing those cheeky little camp snipes like that is super annoying and super fun to watch. But, oh, I really like Scan's idea here. He's pre-positioning a Lancer over here by the speed camp. Yeah, the global buff is nice, and yeah, the bounty from the creeps is nice. But it's much nicer to deny... Oh, what's that little idle animation? Is he just doing a little squat? Little resty squat there? Anyway, no, he's denying Jayxp from getting these resources. Like, he knows Jayxp can come back and get the... Oh, but he's fully surrounded by the Shadow Mastiffs. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he wants his Lances fighting shoulder to shoulder, but they're not right now. Telegraphed attacks come out, and one of them hits. It's not that bad. But now Jayxp's Lancers show up, and they're like, hey, you don't even go to this school. Oh, no, but it slips by! No! That's okay. That's okay. Jayxp's still going to get... I want to say he missed that other Shadow Mastiff as well. I want to say Scan got that... the fourth Shadow Mastiff, and Jayxp only got the fifth one. So, nice creep steal there. But now if you're Jayxp and you've got all these extra Lancers, I think you go straight over to Scan's side of the map and start taking his speed camp. No, but he tried to... Yeah, here we go again. I was going to say he scouted, but he's using a scout to scout, which is... I don't like having to, like... When I have to verb a noun. Anyway, yeah, he did scout to the 6 o'clock position. Noticed that the health camp was taken, so I think he's just going to turn around and go back home, especially after he saw his scout taking the missile hits from the bicycle helmet car, the Hedgehog. That's what it's called. Yeah, so now he's just gonna go back home and continuing to macro up. So again, Jayxp's got his natural up first, And he's got, okay, so he's got double mech bay out as well. But do we see double mech bay out here from Scan? We see one mech bay. Yeah, okay, two mech bays, and he already salvaged his barracks, so it's no longer of use to him. And Jayxp's got his. I wonder if he wants to go back to bio eventually. He might. It's not that common, actually, now that I think about it, for Vanguard to... Once you leave the Lancer stage, it's almost like all Hedgehogs and maybe Hornets, like maybe Air if it goes that long. But actually, no, that's not true. Medtechs are pretty helpful in a really Hedgehog heavy composition. What's the scout gonna scout? He scouts that there's not much going on in the natural over here for Scan. He does see the machine lab is up and running and researching something, so he knows that the range upgrade is coming online for Scan. He's got a sentry post coming. Oh, this is gonna be a repair-matic. Jayxp, thank you so much, man. You're a man after my own heart. The repair-matic is not the repair-matic. The sentry post is the best unit in the game, and I think repair-matics generate so much value, especially for really fast units that you go out, you do a ton of damage, you come back, you repair up really quickly, and you go out and like you just start doing more and more damage. They're just so good. All right. Yeah, here the Hedgehog Ball is going to start taking out this Bruiser. Here's the Pipers. Propane Pain Stick. Wow, that's... They really need like a Hank Hill... They really need a Hank Hill voice line on that guy. Or at least like give it a death noise where like every time it dies it goes whoa. Oh, or makes a reference to Peggy or something. Alright, same thing happening, but on the other half of the map. That's my one gripe about cross spawns. As much as I like really long macro games, the downside is that the map pool, as it stands right now, is very very roundabout-y, I want to say. Like in Titan's Causeway, initially you have to like walk around the periphery of the map. And here you like there's the water feature that you kind of have to like walk around. It's okay, like right when I say that though, they start taking a fight in the center here. The V5 rocket launch is going to do fantastic AoE damage, but yeah, you got to get out of there. Okay, get the cabbage. Nicely done. Go back to your repair-matic because you're fast and you can. You have double repair-matic right back there. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The V5 rocket launcher is undaunted. He's going to keep coming on forward though, and want to jump on that? There you go. Kill it. Run back home. There you go. Yeah, now he's got the really injured Hedgehog there being healed up. That's super nice. And now that means that all the damage that Scan takes, he takes. But Jayxp can micro back, which he should. He's very outnumbered here with the Hedgehogs. This is a little bit too ambitious, I think. Oh, yes. No, he's outnumbered. You're just straight up outnumbered, man. And he doesn't have the... oh, no, they both have the range upgrade. Never mind. No, this is a bad fight. This is just a bad fight. Yeah, that heal, I think that heal is such a huge advantage that you have to leverage. I don't know that coming forward, like he could pull the boys and try to like charge valiantly into the enemy natural, which is now almost completely saturated, but not worth being that bold, I think. Do we see the heal hugs? I don't think we do. No, it's just straight up 11 workers on the Therium. Alright, the bobs are taken out of the repairmatics to help mine as oh, and they're salvaged just to get a little bit more money out of them. That's an interesting. I wonder what the calculation is on that. Some of you math types might have to help me out. But at what point does a repairmatic pay for itself and start generating positive value? Because I know it's 50 luminite for the bob that you have to put in there, and it's what, 125, 120, 50, 150 luminite. I'll look that up on Liquipedia here pretty soon. But how much do you have to heal from a repairmatic before it's like, before it pays off for itself, and then it's basically you're building a new one of that unit of whatever was getting repaired. Oof, dog takes a bajillion rockets to the face. Dogs, of course, notoriously allergic to taking rockets to the face. Oh, and that's a lot of hedgehog shots to that one Vulcan. But Scan's got a repairmatic of his own up and running, so he's going to be able to get that Vulcan back to full health. If he wanted to, he could. But he chooses not to. Sees that his Luminite camp got taken, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. Here's another thing that I think needs some thought, and I don't have an answer to it right off the bat, but the siege camp. There is no incentive for Jayxp right now to take this siege camp and control it for himself. What would I do? I would say that if you want to make that siege camp more interesting and make it something that both players want to contest, is have it so that there's one V5 rocket launcher per player available for this, so that if Scan wants to deny the rocket launcher for Jayxp, he still has to guard this. Whoa. What was that? What are those white things on the... Are those meant to be critters? What am I looking at here? Anyway, make it so that if Jayxp captures this camp, that he gets his own V5 rocket launcher, even though he didn't have to kill anything. Because right now it's just sitting there. If Jayxp captures this, he doesn't get anything. There's no incentive for him to come here. I think there's something that can be done with that camp to make it more interesting, to make to kind of force the players to fight one another. Okay, now look at all these injured mech units, and think about how happy they would be if they had a repairmatic. Just think about it. Oh, that's interesting. Nice little idle animation there from that Bob. No, that Bob just showed Scan where's third is at. Fourth, I should say. There's the fifth coming online. Holy smokes, Jayxp. Holy macro, dude. And you're super far ahead in army supply as well. Just got to take good fights. Oh, we see a bunch of these sieged up, hedgehogs though, making short work of these, making short work of the hornets. Huge mech battle though. Oh man, that was actually kind of a sick fight, and I think there were too many. There might have been too many Vulcans that were focusing down the one Vulcan that had his shields up. But yeah, so much is injured right now. I don't think it's worth it for Scan to walk across the map right now. Like, yeah, look at this Vulcan. This Vulcan's going to get a single volley from a hedgehog and it's going to vanish. But he does start marching across the map, and now Jayxp is like doing his absolute best to get everything up and running. These Vulcans build so slowly though. But Scan's going the wrong direction, so I think it's going to build. It's a good little buffer of time for him to continue making stuff. Man, the Vulcans though, I think, yeah, we want to rebuild your sentry post and put a repairmatic in there so you can defend. Defender's advantage with repairmatics is huge. Sorry guys, had to cough again. Okay, and the Shadow Demons. Oh yeah, that's right. We still can't see what the tags are on the Shadow Demons, unfortunately. I do like that this is that this eyeball is essentially like this almost like is the face of a Harbinger, just glued onto the top of a stick. Looks kind of funny. Oh, that poor Bob. That poor Bob. Oh no! And so many of those Hornets are gonna get trapped. Yeah, there's just not nearly enough out for Jayxp right now. That's a heartbreaker of a loss. It was really that fight that happened down here, right outside of Scan's natural, that sealed the deal. You know what? I think I'd be interested to see if Thanks was in this position, if he would have built Repairmatics right here and tried to take the fight to Scan, so that way, like, if he needs to retreat or cycle back injured mech, he can just go back there, get them repaired, and cycle them back forward again. I wonder. Anyway, good game. Scan goes up 2-0 against Jayxp. On to game 3. Alright, guys, here we are on Lost Hope. Match point for Scan in this best of 5. And it looks like they're both going to go for Barracks first. Scan does get the scout off first, but just by nature of how quickly it took the dog to get there, I think Jayxp kind of knows where Scan's at. Yeah, there we go. He's going to scout nearest, go across, and then he'll... I mean, he shouldn't be scouting all the way into the corner, but that might just be where the rally goes to. Alright, Lancer on the way. Lancer on the way. Jayxp is going to come out first, but it doesn't matter all that much. You already see a habitat. Oh, no. It's a habitat. I thought it was going to be a sentry post going down first. And I was like, that's an interesting choice. 1 Bob is pulled off. 2 Bobs. 3 Bobs are pulled off to start smacking the scout around a little bit. Scout comes over and pops the raspberry health cabbage. All health cabbages are filled with raspberry jam, as everyone knows. Oh no, Scan. Is Scan gonna get a kill on this Bob? No, heal hugs! Does kill the Bob. What a grab. What a grab. And he fills up his health, or his he's got halfway the experience that he needs to get up to veterancy rank 1. Oh, and Jayxp is like, alright, fine, you want to go after the slimes? Have at him. Gets the other cabbage. I really hope that blood splatter stays in the game for the health cabbage. Yeah, Jayxp is keeping a really close eye on this, on that scout, making sure that he doesn't steal anything. Oh, he wants it. He wants it so bad. Scan did a good job being annoying, but ultimately didn't grab any of those camps. And now it's Scan's turn to get his natural up online first. And I wonder if it's because no, he knows that Jayxp's got like a couple of Lancers on the map already. And now he sees that they're on their way. Do you just cancel your command post at this point? No, because he's got a Hedgehog. Hedgehog beats... I mean, it doesn't matter how many Lancers you have. Hedgehog wins. The Hedgehog just wins. That's another reason why, I think it was, like, late in the beta that I was suggesting that, like, Lancers need some kind of upgrade where they can either charge or, like, do a little hop so they can have some kind of a gap closer, basically. Because melee units without a gap closer are just slow zealots. And slow zealots are very sad. And that's functionally what this what a Lancer is. It's a zealot that has no way of upgrading its movement speed. And it's got an AoE attack. So it's really nothing like a zealot, but it is a melee unit. And that's the important thing to remember here. Greater jerboas are everywhere on this map. They are cute, but holy squeaks, they squeak a lot. Dogs are going to get into the natural Jayxp here, and we do see one hovering Bob that is kind of meditating on his life right now. Finally wakes back up and decides to major in construction, or mining rather. Alright, dog is out. The hedgehog blows all of its rockets on that one dog and doesn't manage to even get it down to half. That's always weird to me, that like a vehicle that has rockets on the hood can fire a volley of 5 rockets at a dog, and the dog isn't even like down to half health. Like, what? I understand the Lancer, because the Lancer's got like all this sci-fi armor and he's really big and scary, but 5 rockets at a dog, like, what? Breaks the immersion just a little teensy tiny bit for me. Alright, Bob say, scram, shoo doggy. This isn't your home. Go home. Can I select it? Okay. Decides not to go do anything with it, I guess. Now, so this is going to be interesting as well. So Scans had his natural up first anyway, and it is basically fully saturated. I like the sentry post. But what does that mean for activity on the map? We do see four hogs for Scan, 3 hogs for Jayxp, but Jayxp's been a lot better, I think, about well, no, I guess not a lot better, but just being more active on the map and taking these camps is pretty good. But I stand by what I said earlier, that whenever you're taking camps, you're paying in army HP for the resources and the buffs that you're getting. So right now, like, yeah, look at that one hedgehog is a lot weaker right now, and his lancers aren't doing all that hot either. But maybe they could, like, if they spend a little bit of time in the health camp, that'd be cool. If there was a sentry post that maybe you swap between a Bob and a med tech, that would also be cool. Yeah, it kind of, that's another one of those things where, like, you have to be, that's got to be calculated by these high level players. Is like, okay, how weak am I willing to let my army get in exchange for the buff or the rewards of contesting this camp. Alright, Piper's pipe on back home. Did Scan just want the bounty from the big guy? I guess he did. Is that what he's gonna do? Is he just like gonna eat the filling out of the Oreo and leave the chocolate sandwich cookies on the side there? He is! Oh no, he is gonna actually kill off the cleavers here. Okay, here's kind of what I was talking about. So there was, Scan paid a lot of health to take that camp, or he took quite a few hits to take that camp. No, Jay, you have fewer hedgehogs. This is not the fight you want. Okay, two of Scan's hedgehogs go down, but okay, Repair-matic is repair-maticing as hard as it can. Man. Yeah, especially pouncing on forward when you've got that many more hedgehogs it's definitely a gamble. I think it's a gamble that's not in the favor if you've got the fewer number of hedgehogs and you're trying to get. I understand, like, you're trying to maximize DPS density, but you know, numerical superiority is a thing. More things, more better. Okay, so the Vulcans are out for Scan. Now it's Scan that's being more active on the creep camps here, and he's just taking them one by one with all these all of his hedgehogs. And I think he's got the DPS that he doesn't really like take that much damage when he fires them all down. Is he actually going to take down this camp? There you go. Doesn't even need to bother microing back his hedgehogs to kite them back and forth. Jayxp falling behind an army supply quite a bit, down by almost 40. And it looks like, yeah, so they've both got their thirds up and running. We see, okay, double mech bay going down in the pocket base there for Jayxp. Should be interesting. Do we see the range upgrade? We do for both players. We don't see the peak performance for the Vulcans just yet. Bruiser's got, I love the weapon names for these for the creeps. Like for the Pipers, it's the propane pain stick, and I want to say for the Bruiser, yeah, for the Bruiser it's meaty mitts. For the Cleaver, I forget what the weapon name is for the Cleaver. We'll have to take a look next time one spawns. There we go. What is it? Divisive axe. Nice. All right, and it's it looks like we're just going to be seeing the ballet here between well, I say ballet, but what I mean is Vulcan burst, like dashing through all these trees to open up a back door into Jayxp's main. But I think Jayxp sees this, grabs the vision camp, and he's going to be sacrificing a lot of hedgehog. Yeah, you just got to leave. Alright, so now the vision camp belongs to Scan. Basically, all the camps are slowly belonging to Scan. And Jayxp does see that the trees were broken down, so I think he should be... It should be cluing him in that to building up defenses here. But really, what do you do? Like, you can put down a sentry post, but having to defend that, like, let's say for instance that Scan decides to attack right now through this choke. That means that Jayxp's options are either to fight up this ramp into this own choke to get all the way over to Scan, or he's gonna have to go all the way around through his natural up this ramp to come over here to get to a wide enough open space where the choke isn't going to absolutely massacre him. You see a couple of Hornets out on the map already. A couple of medtechs for Jayxp. I actually love that. I don't know if we see any medtech. All right, we do see a medtech out for Scan. And I think it was up a tree that I saw this do this first. But throwing down. Oh, the huge dash forward for the Vulcans, but they dash like into the wrong side of a concave, and now it's mech versus mech violence. The Vulcan that had the shields up on it disappears. All the rest of Jayxp's Vulcans disappear. And there's the GG. Scan's going to take this series 3-0. GG's, guys.